everybody, I am playing Contagion for this one. This is the first video that I'm going to actually be making for the new YouTube channel or whatever you call it. I went out and decided that I was going to buy an Elgato Game Capture HD60, and I did that about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and it's been nothing but a pain in the ass to set up since then. It was just kind of one thing after the next. Because I'm primarily using it for PC rather than Xbox. If I was using it for Xbox, I could basically just plug it in and, sorry, this isn't very interesting to watch. If I was using it for Xbox, I could basically just plug it in and it would work as intended. But I chose to use it for PC because that is possible. And like I said, it took me a while to get it set up, but it is... obviously, as you can see now, it is good to go. And I picked up Contagion on the Steam sale, but apparently there are no games anywhere to be played. This is really bad. Like, the PvP should be... there's no servers found. Alright, I'll just set it to any. And if it doesn't work then we're screwed. There we go. Alright, we're getting in one. Oh! I don't even know what game... okay, hunted. So this is PvP again. But back to what I was saying. So I decided to buy an Elgato Game Capture HD60, and so far I'm really impressed with it. This is, like I said, this is the first video that I've done with it, but it's crystal clear. I did have one issue with it when I first bought it, and that was that the way they ask you to set this thing up is to have basically... you have two displays coming out of the back of your GPU, and I'd always use the DVI cable going to my monitor, and I had an open HDMI port, so when I got it, I was like, oh, that's easy enough. They say you plug in the Elgato to it, you don't have to have anything going out of the output of the Elgato, connect it to your computer, and then you go into your screen resolution settings, and you call it good. You tell it to duplicate displays, and then you're good to go. Well, that worked, and my computer didn't suffer, but it had screen tearing, and I just go nuts over stuff like that. I obsess over it. Like, I'm the type of person that when I'm driving, and my wife will actually gets really, like, bothered by this, but we'll be driving down the road, and if I hear, like, a squeaking or something in my car, there are times where I have literally, like, pulled over to the side of the road to figure out what the hell it was, and it bugs the ever-loving shit out of her. So... I had the screen tearing issue, and it bugged the ever-loving crap out of me. So my workaround was to try and find an HDMI splitter, which I found one. And now I'm basically using one display, and I don't have any screen tearing issues. And it's been running, everything's fine and well, which has been very nice. This is actually the first time I've ever spent any significant amount of time playing a game on this new setup, and so far it is like the Elgato is not even connected at all, other than the fact that I had to go do some things in the back end. That sounded dirty. I had to go do some things like in the settings of my computer and download one program called Voice Meter to get sound to come out of two different places at one time, because I needed to come through my headset, but I also needed to output audio through HDMI, and in order to do that, it had to come through my monitor, and it was a big process, but I finally ended up getting it figured out, and so far it's working really well. And my aim moving forward for this year will be to just, rather than put things on the site, like writing things, I'm still going to do that, because I've always liked doing that in the first place. But I want to do more videos and stuff where I can just chit-chat and bullshit, I guess, while I play games. It seems a lot more interactive, I guess. That, and I can get a lot more out. Oh, I'm out of bullets, oh shit. I can get a lot more content out that way if I want, because, like, I don't have to spend time typing, and, like, typing. I like writing stuff, I just don't like sitting and typing and editing, and, like, I'm not an English major or anything by any means. In fact, far from it. Oh, no, I'm gonna die. I'm not an English major by any means, so like I try to do my best to proofread things when I write them, like when I write them down and all that, but there's always going to be errors in there because I did not go to school to be an English major, and I don't, I have a light on one of these. There we go. Sorry. Um, so I don't pick up on every single little grammatical error when there is one. And yeah, so I decided that maybe it'd be a little bit more fun to just put out videos, which I was doing anyway for the longest time. I was I was doing my Mr. X Media videos, which I'm actually going to be getting away from moving forward. What the fuck? Just because, you know, actually I'll talk on that for a second too, I guess. Um, like I did all the Mr. X Media stuff for the longest time, and I think at the beginning it kind of served a purpose. And I've gone over the whole story with all that, more than one time. And anybody who is paying attention to my site or is aware of my site pretty much knows my stance on all that and why I started writing about it and, why I've continued to. So I don't need to really get into that, but I kind of reached a point around, call it like September, October of this past year, 2014, last year, I guess, where I just kind of got a little bit disgusted with myself by it, I guess, because I had spent so much time talking about him, and I just came to the realization that it's like, nobody is really taking this dude seriously. I mean, they can't. You just can't. There's nothing that he says that you really should be taking seriously. So I sort of started to back off of talking about him at all, and I've made it a point to just not talk about him really at all at this point, other than the fact that when he does make a new post, I still get the email saying it went up. I rarely, if ever, will I even read it. I will just post it on my site and let the discussion kind of go its own way. Whereas oh my god, I am probably gonna die here. Maybe not. Where I would just kind of let the discussion, or I'm going to be letting the discussion kind of go its own way, rather than give my input on it, because I don't feel like I have anything to really add. Everything that I've wanted to say, I've said over the last year that I've spent writing about it. So at this point, it's just kind of time to, if people want to keep talking about it, they can. They can do whatever they want. But I'm just gonna kind of move a different direction. I'll still put the posts up, like I said, but it's just not, I'm not interested in rehashing something that, oh, there, I died. In rehashing something that's just been nonsense for, I guess, a year now. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at this point. I mostly just wanted to move on to other things, and I kind of started doing that a little bit at the end of last summer, but as things started going on, I was, the reason why I stopped, I'll just go with that. The reason why I stopped is because I was using XSplit to make videos for you guys, and if I'm going to do something like that, I kind of want it to look nice. And using XSplit, it didn't look as good as I thought it could. Like I didn't really care for the way it looked. The quality is kind of shitty, and if I don't want to do something in 720p if I can avoid it, I would much rather, film it in 1080p 60. So that's why I went out and decided to get an Elgato game capture. So I did that, and now I have the opportunity to do decent videos with somewhat decent sound. I will tackle sound probably sometime in the future if I just keep doing enough of these videos. But for now, I'm just rocking my G930 headset, and that's good enough for me. Hopefully it's good enough for you in the meantime. But yeah, so now that I've got at least a decent setup, I can start putting out videos on a semi-regular basis. And I know, that's pretty cool. I think, oh, and I think I'm going to try and do, I'm not going to say one a day because that's gets to be a lot. Um, you have some of these guys. Let's put it this way: I don't have any interest in doing YouTube videos for a living. Like well, I shouldn't say I don't have an interest. I would absolutely love to play video games for a living, but like the idea of me doing that is just not realistic. Like I know what I am and am not capable of doing, and I have certain talents for certain things, but being a big time personality like a PewDiePie or a Markiplier is just not something that I'm ever going to be able to do. And I am perfectly happy in saying that. I primarily do this just because I enjoy I enjoy writing, and this is just kind of the extension of that for me. Because if you can write, you can talk. At least that's what if you have thoughts in your head, putting them on papers, that's just writing. Otherwise, you can just put it in a video, and to me it's kind of the same thing. And it's actually easier to put up a video because I'm not going to sit after I post this. I'm not going to sit and edit anything. It's basically going to go up as it is, because it's not a job to me. So that was my number one goal for when I wanted to start putting up more videos. I just kind of decide that I'm taking it slow, really, and if I can, ooh, sorry, if I can put out a few videos and people start to appreciate them, then as time goes on, I will obviously try and improve the quality more and more. But it's just the sensibility of it. I'm not going to go out and spend $500 on a mixer and all that kind of stuff for sound if maybe all of a sudden 2 weeks from now I decide, oh, this blows, I don't want to do videos anymore. I can just, it's kind of a clean break. I can just stop. Oh, that's another player. Oh, he killed me. Damn it. Yeah, so I didn't want to go and fork over a bunch of cash for equipment and stuff in case I decide that maybe this is just not as enjoyable as I thought it was. But right now I'm actually really enjoying it, so I don't think there's anything to worry about at this moment. The blog is obviously not going to get deleted or anything like that. I'm always going to keep doing that because that's something that I started as a hobby. And I guess that's the overarching point, is that right now all this stuff is basically just a hobby to me. I don't... I'm gonna kill his ass. Oh, he got me again. It's just a hobby to me because I don't have any aspirations of doing this like professionally or anything. So I'm still having a lot of fun doing it. I'm just not going to put an incredible amount of, I'm not going to come home from work every day and spend my entire night putting together one video just so I can say that I uploaded a video every day. Like, I have no interest in doing that. So that is kind of my aim. So basically, to recap, the blog's not going anywhere. I'm still going to be doing posts. I'll probably try and get back on track of doing more posts. Yeah, so I'll be doing more posts, and then I'll also be doing more videos like these right here. I'll probably put up a couple of these a week if I can keep at it. The beauty of it is that I can, like I was saying before, I can plug it into my Xbox One, and it's basically as simple as plug and play, and then connect to my computer, and I can do the same thing while I'm sitting on my couch, playing video games like Grand Theft Auto and stuff. So that'll be kind of neat. And like, I've done videos in the past, as I've said before, like the Minecraft ones with my brothers and my friends and stuff, where we're sitting around having a good time, and when I posted those, people seemed to think that they were pretty damn funny. So I'll I'll be doing a lot more of that kind of stuff, and it'll actually be of a quality that's worth watching, I guess is the way to put it. Like I'm when I do things, I'm rarely happy with them. So when I was doing videos like the Minecraft ones and stuff, like they were funny. You know, people were tweeting me or saying, "Oh, your video was really funny," and I was like, "Yeah, that's great. I appreciate that you guys found humor in it, but I personally think it looked like shit." Oh, he got me. Like I personally thought it looked like shit. But I was like, if people want to, I was my hope was that people weren't listening to or weren't watching it. They were just listening to it, kind of like a podcast. I guess that was the hope of mine. But apparently, some people were watching it and they weren't nearly as picky as I am, because those things were filmed in, I believe, 720p, and I don't know. I guess they were fine with them. So, but that's all I've really got. That was Contagion that I was playing, by the way. I picked it up on the Steam sale. Unfortunately, the Steam sale is now over. So if you watch it and you enjoyed it, you're kind of out of luck if you want to get a deal on it. Obviously, you can go still buy it, but you're gonna have to pay a higher price for it, unfortunately, which sucks. But thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, hit subscribe and hit like. Leave a comment on the bottom. And I will see you guys whenever I get around to doing another video. Bye.